Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But shout out to the collective again. I asked y'all the video that got taken down, would y'all want me to re-bring that back? A lot of y'all said yeah. Some people said they didn't even get a chance to see it. So with some of the stuff removed, here we go. I'm gonna bring it back. Today's upload will be the video that got taken down, but some will be removed out this clip. If y'all remember which ones got removed, I'm gonna fit YouTube's guidelines. I ain't gonna break that, but I ain't gonna hold you. If you just come into this channel, you like the vibes, the videos, the content, whatever the case is, I appreciate you too. I hope you having a smooth 7. But I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Dude. Oh my gosh. Be careful. Yeah, that's cool. What is that? Hold on. Is that a balloon? Where'd it go? It's like a balloon. Hold on. I can't even get closer. That is weird. Looks like a UFO. No joke. Look, you can't see it right next to the tower.
Oh, what is that?
You see it?
I wouldn't be surprised.
What the hell is that? Okay, it's definitely not a balloon because it's standing still.
Probably a UFO.
No, it's probably a drone. From where?
Drones don't go that high. They go high, but not that high.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, not that high.
I didn't say a personal drone.
It's like
I'm thinking
max
I'm thinking
150 feet or something.
I'm thinking military drone. Oh shit! It just disappeared.
No way.
I'm not kidding. Yep.
I like how she switched that up. She was like, I didn't say a personal drone. I mean, it makes sense. What y'all think that was? UFO, alien? It looked like an orb to me. But and when it disappeared. But then, I don't know. What y'all thinking? And them clips before, how y'all feeling about those, man? Was that in the Appalachian Mountains? I was trying to read the caption, but I just want to know, like, was that Appalachian? Let me know. But yeah, how y'all feeling? How we starting off today? How y'all feeling? Let me know. Spam it up.
Understand the people that rewrote the Bible took out more than 80 books from the Bible, here being one of them. This is known as the Gospel of Thomas, or you could call it the Lost Gospel of Thomas. This is the original language from this book that was taken out the Bible. This is what that translates to. Now keep in mind, y'all call him Jesus all day. You don't even keep in mind that they forced y'all to change his name, and his name is Yeshua. Yeshua said, whoever lives the interpretation of these words will no longer taste death. Yeshua says, whoever searches must continue to search until they find. When they find, they will be disturbed. And being disturbed, they will marvel and will reign over all. What this means, this is the complete process of your awakening process. Whoever searches must continue to search until they find. Search for what? The truth of religion and the truth of who you really are as a child of God. Because guess what? During this process, when you find out that you're really God and you find out the truth of religion, it's very, very disturbing.
Facts.
Disturbing. But guess what? There's a next process where you begin to go through your marveling process. Marvel basically means your glow-up process. And eventually you will reign over all. What reigns over all? Isn't that God?
Facts.
So how will we reign over all if we weren't God? Shit, let's keep going. Yeshua said, if those who guide you, keep in mind, they taught you in church that heaven and hell are physical places, right? Right? Okay, let's not lie today. If those who guide you say, look, the kingdom, aka the kingdom of God, the kingdom is in the sky. Well, goddamn, nigga, the birds is closer than you. But if we say it's in the sea, well, shit, nigga, the fish is closer than you. Rather, the kingdom is inside you and it is outside you.
That guy did a 10-minute video. It's 10 minutes and kills it. And it makes you wonder why they took those Gnostic texts out the Bible. Because they don't want you to know that. But that was Celestial God King. If you guys want to go look him up. Celestial God King. Great creator. He says something that made so much sense that I know this. But for the people that are on the fence, I want you to make this make sense. And this is all his credit. He said when ants give birth, they give birth to ants. When whales give birth, they only give birth to whale. When cheetahs, when lions, when anything gives birth to its own species, it only gives birth to that. So if God, who were made in his image, God made us, what can God only make? Gods. Wakey, wakey. Peace to the gods.
Damn. I forgot that clip.
Real niggas be moving water with their mind. They be controlling fire, better come down for they blow a mind. They also control the air like they ain't like where they're flying bison. Earth bending, break the rock, should be crazy like Mike Tyson. Tap into your powers, you gon' find out that we gods on Earth. X-Men in real life, niggas know that this our turf. Fantastic Four, incredible, these movies written by us. Go unlock your DNA and watch how you cannot be touched. Go get you some crystals like Thanos, you gon' control the shit. When your G's mutate, I promise you gon' turn out Hulk and shit. Them niggas in Africa, they already be deflecting bullets. Walking through fire and they don't burn nobody. It's some real avatars that's walking right up on this planet. It's some real magnetos in this bitch that really can do damage. Comment if you ever move anything with your mind. Are you Matilda or 11? Cause stranger things ain't aligned.
Now y'all remember the clip with the girl moving the wooden pin look like on the water bottle? I know some of y'all say y'all didn't agree with it. Y'all still say y'all thought it was fake. With some of those clips, do y'all think it's fake? There's about maybe two. It was like one before this that just, it was like the second to last clip I thought was fake. Maybe the one when he looked like he was blowing the fan outside with his hands. That one might have been fake. But for the most part, I really believe people got those type of powers. And some people be like, well, where mine at? Everybody at a different speed. Everybody at a different pace. Learning, everybody's different. We the same, but we different. You get what I mean? So just because I can't move nothing with my mind right now, don't mean they can't move it with theirs. Like I'm just saying, I don't want to steal their greatness. You know, maybe they being great. Maybe it's their time. I'm gonna let them be great if that was real. But how y'all feel? Real or fake? Cap or not? Let me know.
You still think these giant craters are caused by asteroids? Aw, that's sweet. Well, if you don't want that fantasy ruined for you, I wouldn't keep watching. Let's start by looking how many of these craters have been found. And the Google machine says 190, but I've seen up to 195, which is awfully close to the number 200. 200 that just happens to be the exact same number of the fallen angels or watchers that were banished down to Earth for committing sins with human women. And then what if I also told you there's a pyramid in the middle of a crazy city where at the very top of it was a chamber where they had 200 perfectly aligned, beautiful seats. 200 exactly. And then I told you that the town name that pyramid's in just happens to be an anagram of the word Satan. Also has a light in it that looks very, very familiar. So familiar that I knew I had seen it somewhere before. We know what that is. That's the Olympic torch. And if you've seen my Chicago or New York videos, you know who that really is, holding that torch. The head of the fallen angels, Lucifer, the light bearer. The light bearer.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. Of course I went on Dr. Phil and told him I think he's a member of the Illuminati.
You think that I could be an Illuminati member?
I think you potentially could be an Illuminati member, Dr. Phil. I don't think that you get this amount of power and influence and media coverage without taking a deal.
With who?
The Illuminati. They would come and say, Dr. Phil, we can offer you all the money. We can offer you power. We can offer you influence. You just need to take a deal with us.
Could I be wearing a mask?
You could. Could I get up and look?
No, how are you going to look?
I'm just gonna...
Yeah, go ahead. What do you think?
I think that the technology is so advanced.
Let me tell you, sister, if I was wearing a mask, it wouldn't look like this.
Check out what happens when this statue from the church actually breaks apart. And when they look inside of it, look at what they found.
Cuando se le cayó, y porque cayó en dos partes, miren lo que había dentro. O sea, y viene de una tienda. No sé si sea normal y no les miento, miren. Viene hasta pegado una cruz.
This is an upside-down crucifix found inside the statue. This is definitely going to need some type of explanation.
Pero es una cruz volteada y está hasta pegada aquí. O sea, no está pegada, pero está bien atorada aquí las esquinas de la cruz. Y San Juditas estaba así, literal. Y cuando se le cayó, eso fue lo que descubrió. La verdad se da miedo porque pues una cruz volteada, no sé, como que uno siempre piensa algo malo, pero ahora sí me dan ganas como hasta de quebrar los San Judas que tengo ahí para ver si sí.
Leave it in the comments at Unanswered Universe.
Can one of y'all translate?
This video literally left me scratching my head, and I've had to watch it several times. This witness claims that he walked out and noticed a line of his neighbor's cars were broken into, but it's not your typical, somebody smashing a window and breaking into a car. No, it looks like something punched through the windshield and folded up the roofs on these line of cars, literally back to back. I was even reviewing the cars to see if there was maybe sideswipe damage from potentially a car accident, a car slamming into them. Nothing. It's literally like something peeled back these roofs. But what? And how could this have happened? Take a look at this and tell me what you think.
First off, what country, city, or state is that? So I don't know to go there. And I asked y'all in the last video when we looked at this, what could do some shit like that to the car? She said it looked like it punched through the windshield. Fellas, imagine getting in a fight with a dude punched like that. Is you squaring off, or is you being like, nah, I'm good, bro. You got this one. Let me know what y'all thinking. Let me know what y'all doing, fellas. If you came across somebody who punched through a windshield like that, what is you doing? Is you gonna take the fade, or is you gonna walk?
Was taken this week on the most recent tour, also taken by a professional photographer with his camera. Now, at first, I didn't notice anything wrong with this photo, right? It's just a person who's walking in front of the statue and it's got a bit blurry. Except that's not a person. The man took a photo of the statue with nobody in the room. This is not a person. This is nobody on the tour. Okay, here is an enhanced image of the photograph before, and you can see that this is not a solid, or this was not a human that was in the room. Nobody on the tour was wearing a hat. Nobody was wearing kind of coat like that. This is not a reflection of anybody. It's not a reflection of the statue, because I don't see how that matches or would even do that. Oh, can someone explain what is going on? Now, I didn't believe in ghosts. I've never personally experienced like a ghostly supernatural experience, so I had no frame of reference. However, one of the Egyptologists that was on the group, when she saw this photo, she pointed out that this weird person here looks a hell of a lot like this Egyptian dude. Like, it's the same clothes, it's the same hat. What?
Shit is lightweight crazy though. Second time we seen that.
Excuse me, I need the phones, guys. I need your phones. I need your phones. I need your phones. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Quincy, I know you have 2 phones, Quincy. Oh, there you go. That's what I love. Yeah. Just Flow. So proud of you, Just Flow. Look at that. Got all the phones. Do I have everybody's phones?
So we got 2 cars. We got this car and the car over there. How would you like to?
The diddler, huh?
In this video, he speaks about the most powerful frequency to leave the human body. Make sure you watch until the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
A new study just recently came out that was able to measure which emotion produces the most powerful frequency out of the human body, and it wasn't love. This emotion was 4,000 times stronger than love. The study is called the Spain Scale of Emotion Research Project, and that's spelled S-P-A-N-E. In this research project, they were able to gather 25,000 subjects and put them all in the room, where they were able to take instruments that could measure the frequencies being emitted from the human body. And these instruments were so precise that they could isolate different emotions that humans were experiencing based off of the frequency that was being emitted from their bodies. These instruments were so precise that they were able to isolate the differences between anger, frustration, passion, joy, arousal, sadness, any emotion you could think of. And the most powerful emotion that was detected by these instruments was authenticity. The frequency that authenticity emitted through the human body was 4,000 times stronger than the frequency emitted from love. True power comes from being your authentic self, and now this is scientifically proven. So the key to raising your vibration is loving yourself enough to be real, to be authentic, to tell the truth, to believe in what you say, to believe in yourself.
Y'all agreeing or y'all disagreeing? Second to last clip, when he looks into the room and the hand smacking the little window, that would have been my first and last time. That would have been my last night working in the hospital. And the little girl flipping like the Exorcist, another one. That would have been my last time working in a hospital and probably seeing that picture of the ghost. You know what? All the clips, bro. I probably would have been like, this is my last night working. I go find a new field to jump in. And I need to send this clip to my sister because she just went into the nursing field and she's working in hospitals. So I should go ahead and send that to her just to scare her, like, cause or at least give her a heads up. But it's some of the shit that we seeing and some of these people got to go through working in a hospital. My mom already working in a hospital type field, so she already knows. But it's yeah, too much for me. I ain't built for it. What y'all working at, and if you do, respect, cause you're a better person than me. I ain't got it in me.
This is why I say we're living in a simulation. The universe operates off of energies, some that are in motion, some not. The energy intertwines. This is entertainment conspiracy, alleged. The energy intertwines with the electrostatic of the mind that is in the body, right? Now, through this electrostatic, through that universal energy coming into sync with the electrostatic, it then drips down. I want you to picture little wires, right, that filter universal energy. Picture it glowing, okay, blue and red. Just picture it glowing. As it's doing that, like a fuser, it's fusing together, and your brain then starts to make sense of the universal energy. It starts to clear up the static. So quantum tunneling can actually be done theoretically from that perspective through the mind. Not only that, when we think in terms of talking to different deities in different dimensions, at that point it's really about tuning. You're tuning for your brain. So your brain is not a brain. You know, it is a brain. How do I say this? So the consciousness that you get, so the universal energy that intertwines with the electrostatic is what gives you the consciousness. The consciousness perceives everything that's happening as your brain. So your brain is a receiver, but it's also it's a reducer of sorts. It reduces the energy to something that you can compute. Now, through certain rituals, right, what's interesting is the heart has a frequency, but also a thought process, gut instinct as well. We're going to stop at the heart. If you can practice certain rituals, strengthen your heart, listen to your thought process of your heart, on top of the thought process that comes with the mind, but also the thoughts that come to the mind, you could then start to deduce new communication. You could then start to use this compulsion or this propulsion, right, to propel you to different deities, bro. And it comes with different ritualistic practices. This is what, in a short, what Aleister Crowley was doing when he drew that alien and was going through his ritualistic practices and getting possessed. It's a tuning fork. You got to fine tune yourself to a thought process. And I already showed you how to open a dark ninth gate, right? Through demonic consumption and all of that. This ain't even me conceptualizing. Go look up the gateway process, hemisync. Go look these things up. So I'm taking some of that information coupled with the information I already had in my own personal theories about reality. And I've come here. That would actually explain certain things, like how again, you notice how sometimes your thoughts aren't your own. It's because it's just what you're in tune with. You see? I believe life theoretically could be a light in a sound matrix. I don't necessarily think that internal voice even starts in the mind. I think it vibrates throughout the whole body, but the brain is the one that makes sense. It makes sense of the vibration. Your mind, so that's why you perceive sound inside of yourself, in your head, but it's really happening throughout your whole body. And that would actually explain why they say, speak with your whole body, like speak with the energy of your whole body, speak things into existence. But you don't just do that with your mouth. You do that with your whole being. It's really interesting. All right, I'm out.
Demi's conversation he just had, bro, that can go way deeper too. And I would love to have that conversation with him. Cause he be thinking about some shit, don't he? Let me know if I'm reaching, but he be thinking about some shit. I like Demi's content, straight legend. Let me know how y'all feel. Spam it up.
People like, we running through the security. Look at this shit.
at this shit. Look at this shit. I told you, Bella. Look at this shit.
It's my city, y'all. That just happened.
We're breaking in, bro. We're breaking in. They're breaking in, dude. They're breaking in, dude. Holy shit. No way. Let him open the door. He's smashing his head. No way. Whoa. Whoa. No way. The golden one.
City, man. It's that crazy. Shit is crazy.
You good, man?
The cops are going.
So y'all started a riot in downtown Sacramento to see Rod Wave. Y'all started a riot at the Golden One Arena where the Kings play, Sacramento, the state capital. You guys started a riot to see Rod Wave. The footage is crazy. That is where Sacramento gets its money, where it gets its bread and butter. You guys showed your ass. You guys showed your ass. And I'm going to say this. This is why these clubs, these bars, I'm going to say it, and it may sound harsh, but I'm going to take it there. This is why they exclude certain people from certain bars and restaurants in Sacramento. Sacramento has a big problem with racism. And you guys went up there and showed your ass where the Sacramento Kings play. For what? For what? I'm from Sacramento. For what?
To add on top of what she's saying, because that's facts. Sacramento does have that problem where the R word. We do got that problem. But see, the thing is, sometimes the youth don't make it, and not even just the youth, because we had grown-ass people catching mass pew pew attack downtown Sac like a few years ago. I can't say the whole word. Gotta fit the guidelines. It was one of our biggest ones we had, and it was over gang violence. It was over that dumb shit. And it's like, yeah, we got that R word here, but we don't make it no better when we act like that. Because if they put a name on us, only way that name stick is if we moving exactly of what that name, and only way their perception sticks to us and becomes truth is when we act like that. But we don't get enough here. Nothing goes. It's so boring here. It's nothing here really. It's nothing really here. We're not the Bay Area and we not LA. So it's like we get the scraps of everything. It feels like not too many people make it out of here. We don't get too many big artists that come back to even do a show. And if we do, it's old school artists and stuff like that. I mean, we get a few of them, but Sac ratchet. Sac ghetto as hell, bro. It get down out here. It's kind of small, but then it's kind of not getting so small as it used to be. It's getting bigger. I ain't never seen people haul ass like that here. That's crazy. They hit escalators, but the thing is, every time we get a show, something go wrong. Even after clubs, stuff go wrong. She got a strong point. They show their ass. But Sac ghetto, Sac got moments we get wild like that. In California too, and just in general, the whole West Coast. But like, yeah, that was crazy. I heard people was getting hurt, stomped on, like trampled from so many people. They ran through the escalator. Through the metal detectors. I heard that. I used to work at the Golden One Center, so like seeing that, I would have quit. I got family members that still work there though. I would have let that go. Me personally. But how y'all feeling? Spam it up, man. That happened like maybe maybe 2 weeks ago now. By the time y'all get this, it'll probably be like 2 weeks. Clip when they busting through the door though, it reminds me of the movie Thanksgiving at that store. And the cop, I ain't never seen a cop limping running away from the drama. I ain't never seen it. Let me know.
Good morning. I'm seeing everybody post about what happened at the Rod Wave concert last night, and I was in the very front of everything happening, so this is what happened. I had two friends that got there at 5:30 that were in the front of the line of the metal detectors, and my boyfriend and I got there at 7, so we hopped in line with her first ones at one of the metal detectors. Doors were supposed to open at 6, and it was 8:55 when they started letting us through the metal detectors. They let us through, but nobody was scanning tickets, so now we're all stuck in front of the doors. And I hear a crazy noise, and I turn around, and people are rushing the metal detectors and shoving them to the ground and running directly at us. So we don't go forward. People are filling in front of us, and now our backs are smushed into the people in front of us because people are running at the doors. If you've seen videos, you've seen the right side of the entrance was pretty empty, but the left side was packed, and we were smack dab in the middle of that. I saw a kid got trampled. Everyone started rushing the doors, and they were trying to slam the doors on people, and people were still getting in and pushing security guards over. It was... And then you hear pop, 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 3 shots. And we all kind of looked at each other like, was that shots? Was that not? And then everybody started screaming and running towards us. So we have people from behind us who pushed over the metal detectors running into our backs. And then we have people from the right side running from the shots. So we are literally gridlocked, trapped, standing up. And now everyone's trying to get on the ground because of the shots. And there is literally no room to get on the ground. I shit you not, it was like 20 rounds after the first 3. And my boyfriend Mason jumped on my back, and we were crouched down as far as we could get, and he was just trying to tell me everything was going to be okay. Literally over and over and over again, not knowing if anything was going to be okay. And then we literally pushed for our lives back out the left side because the shooting was coming from the right. So we continued to push for our lives to get out of where we were. We managed to get back to the metal detectors. I don't know how, by the grace of God, literally. And the second we were pushing through literally thousands of people. When I tell you we were pushing through thousands of people, we were pushing through thousands of people. And the second we got out, we literally sprinted for our lives until we got back to the car. I guess after the shooting stopped, people went back in. There's videos of people on top of like the concession stands inside throwing food and stealing shit. And like, I mean, being scared for my life was enough for the night. But then for people to, I don't know. I hate people. I really do. It makes me never want to leave my house again. So many people were hurt from being trampled, and I guess somebody was shot and taken to the hospital, and somebody was stabbed. It's just like, grow the up. Y'all are disgusting. I hate it here. So yeah, that's my point of view of the Rod Wave concert in Sac that just went terribly wrong last night.
Prayers, anybody that was affected. I heard it was a shooting too. I ain't seen none of my people that knew somebody that was affected, at least that I seen. But prayers to anybody who was affected. I said in the previous video before it was taken down, the leading up to me putting this video out, I had a lot of people testing me back to back to back. I had a diss song. I seen comments. People just trying to ruffle the feathers. And again, I didn't jump into the content creation to beef with nobody. I come from real street shit. I come from shit that really go left. Like I said, I seen people die for nothing. I didn't jump into this to beef with nobody. And I'm not going to throw it all away for somebody who may not have came from the wild shit I came from. Doing the wild shit that I had to do. This is just the tip of the iceberg of the city I come from, the bullshit that we live out here in just the West in general. People that come from the trenches. So again, I'm not going to throw it away to go back to some shit that I'm used to when I'm trying to get used to some shit that I'm not used to. This content creation, I'm not used to it all the way. People coming up to me out of the blue, I'm not used to it all the way. I'm embracing it though. I'm taking it as I'm learning as I go. But I never expected to do what I'm doing now. So it's like, yeah. So to y'all, if y'all used to some shit that y'all don't like, don't go back. Go forward. That video got taken down, so y'all might not have, some people may not have got me saying that to y'all, but you bigger than them circumstances that you from. You way bigger than that. In the street, the world is bigger than the street you live on. I go for anybody who don't know that, like, it's free to dream. The dream turn into a goal, and you can manifest that. Just manifest it, bro. But again, I ain't gonna go backwards, and I don't think nobody watching this should go backwards, should go forward. Only a fool trip off what happened in the past, because you gotta look back to, don't look back unless you healing from it. That's my words. Just and I ain't gonna do it, bro. So when people come with the negativity, I'm gonna let it fly. Some of y'all, one person did say, I said I ain't gonna let them win. They said you let them win when you bring it up. No, I let them win when I go get put in a slammer for some dumb shit. That's when I let them win, and that's what I'm not gonna do. So I could bring it up, cause that ain't shit. Me letting them win is me overreacting and flying off the handle on some shit that I'm used to. You get what I mean? And that's letting them win. And that's just words to anybody watching this who may need that right now. Somebody's house just burned down in the comments. Shout out to you. Prayers to you. I seen that as well. Let me know what y'all feeling though, as far as what I just said.
Until he says the person's name for when things get creepy. Take a look.
Dispatch to 329.
329, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to a lady. I saw her walking by the store, and she said she's looking for Mr. Griffin. Her name is Miss Abigail.
Did you say Miss Abigail?
Yes, ma'am. She says she wants to see Mr. Griffin, and I told her that the canvas is closed, that she should come tomorrow morning, and she might see Mr. Griffin.
Are you sure you're saying Miss Abigail? Like, she's been passed on for 2 years now.
Come again with that, please?
Miss Abigail she died 2 years ago.
You mean you can't see the person I'm talking to?
No, there's nobody in front of you at all.
Get us out of there, bro. Y'all think that's real?
Yo, somebody's been lying, but we're about to get to the bottom of it. Would you believe me if I told you that there's a divine connection between Hebrew, English, and America, the old world? Well, fortunately, whether you believe me or not, the truth is being revealed. This is the age of information, and I'm glad to have you here with me. Have you heard of the Los Lunas Decalogue Stone? Located outside of Los Lunas, New Mexico, right? It's a large boulder with a 9-line inscription carved into it. The inscription is believed to be a summary of the 10 Commandments, okay? Now, some believe that it's a hoax. And this hoax was written on an 80-ton boulder. Now, keep in mind, this hoax, right? A permit is required to access this area, right? So they got this hoax posted up, right? And you need a permit to access the area. So this hoax is being protected. It's also so much of a hoax that the Heritage and Art Museum is charging people to go look at it. It's also so much of a hoax that they're hiring scholars, right? And the scholars believe that it contains the 10 Commandments, including 3 instances of the Tetragrammaton inscribed in old Hebrew letters. Their language is onely peculiar to themselves, not inclining to any of the more refined tongues. Some have thought they might be dispersed Jews because some of their words are near unto the Hebrew. And when a Portuguese sailor encountered an American Indian woman, she spoke to him in Hebrew. Upon hearing her words, they rose, went over to Montezino, and to his utter astonishment said, Shema, Yisrael, Adonai, Elohenu, Adonai, Ehad, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. They had recited in Hebrew the fundamental credo of Judaism. And according to Moses, the self-proclaimed guru and founder of Edenics, right? I was stuck with the boring linguistic requirement. One day, our professor was demonstrating the genius of what he said was the Indo-European root for the generic bird word spear. Suddenly, my mind harkened back to my 2nd grade Hebrew class when I first learned a similar generic word for bird, sipor. And among that, you find many other amazing examples of the connection between Hebrew and English, as well as the divine connection between English, American Indians, and the Hebrew language, as you can see. The Hebrew language, ancient tongue in which most of the Old Testament was written, right, belongs to the northwestern branch of the Semitic family. Somebody's been lying. And one way that they are able to conceal their lies is by calling America the West, but also accrediting Western culture to Europe. It is important for us all to know that Europe is a continent that is situated in the northern and eastern hemisphere, but mostly in the eastern hemisphere. But the global Northwest includes Europe and the Western countries of North America, right? And more pertaining to North America, right? And America. Now, an important thing about English is of or pertaining to the angels. Also, the name English for the language is older than the name England for the country, which would help to clarify how American English is actually older than the Queen's English, which would directly connect English, or the language of the angels, to the mystical alphabets. And for those with critical thinking minds, you can now see that English is what made it capable for human beings to communicate with the gods. Watch this.
Nah, I wanted him to go deeper. Shout out to Rashad Poet.
That pew pew range was fun. That was fun. But you know what's crazy? I gotta talk about the Walmart. I gotta talk about Walmart because I've been watching people that work at Walmart talking about how difficult it is to close that door in on yourself. So even if you swung it and it bounced and went there closed, it won't close. So they're proving that somebody shut that woman in that oven. Somebody shut that woman in that oven. That 19-year-old woman. My thing is with that oven is, what did she see? We all know what Walmarts are about. Well, the ones that are awake, And do you think that maybe she became privy to something that they didn't want to get out? What else is the reason? Like, you know what I mean? At Walmart? Walmart? Man. Y'all put it together, bro. But go watch the videos on here about them explaining how that door can't just be shut. And there's even a release valve in the inside just in case you are shut. And that was broken? Peace to God.
I just got back from the gas station. I went in to get some snacks and water. Had kind of a weird conversation with the cashier lady there. She was like, "Oh, where are you headed?" And she's like, "Okay, who are you traveling with? Like your boyfriend or your dad?" I was like, "No, it's just me today. I like just getting out and exploring." And she was like, "Oh, okay. Well, just be careful. There's this really bad highway here, and they used to call it Highway 666. Like, because a lot of people think it's cursed. Like, a lot of people see things on the side of the road. It's not called Highway 666 anymore. It's called something else. Name it because so many people thought it was cursed that nobody was driving on it anymore. Nobody wanted to go to the like towns around it. I was like, okay, what is it?" She's like, "I don't remember. People will feel compelled to just like wander off into the middle of the desert." And she said, like, "Whatever you do, don't stop on this highway." Y'all want to hear a story? This is the story of the Devil's Highway, what was once known as Route 666, New Mexico, running through Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and once upon a time, Arizona. Prior to the road's inclusion in the U.S. system in the 1920s, this route included the Navajo Trail and the Old Spanish Trail. It was numbered 666, not because of any sinister connotation at the time, but because it was the sixth branch of Highway 66, unintentionally referring to the number of the beast and its association with the devil. This road became known as the Devil's Highway, and people believed it cursed. There has been an unusually high number of accidents and fatalities on this stretch of road. In fact, a state trooper that was interviewed in 1990 told a USA Today reporter that, quote, "666 is evil. Everyone dies on that highway." And many of these accidents are believed to have supernatural causes. And this road is chock full of different legends and stories. A black car that appears at nightfall and speeds up on drivers. It usually zooms past the car and then disappears. So some claim this ghostly sedan has even bumped their bumper before swerving around them and disappearing. There is a phantom hitchhiker, a young woman in white who tries to wave down drivers, and then if someone pulls over, she disappears. Then there's the mad trucker, which is a lot like Satan's sedan, but actually more scary because it's an 18-wheeler that appears, and it's coming at you head on in the center of the road. It's always moving extremely fast. Most people that see it say that it's moving at about 100 miles an hour. Some witnesses even claimed that it was moving so fast that it was like throwing sparks, while others describe the truck as being engulfed in flames. It's believed this mad trucker sightings have been responsible for several of these fatal accidents. And if that's not scary enough for you, there's also reports of hounds of hell that run around. Packs of wild black dogs with glowing yellow or red eyes. And it said these dogs run as fast as a car can drive and will run alongside cars and keep up with them. And they've also said to cause wrecks by running in front of cars or even swarming cars and like trying to attack it. And it said these hellhounds have claws and teeth sharp enough to shred a tire. There's also a specific section of the road between Navajo Nation and these
Ute Mountains, that is said to be known territory of skinwalkers. These skinwalkers are said to act in a very specific pattern. Usually you will see it first in a human form, appearing as like a medicine man walking along the side of the road or standing there, who will motion you to stop or to turn around or otherwise communicate with you that you should turn around. And if this warning is ignored and the driver keeps on anyway, later on down the road, that skinwalker appears in the backseat in their monstrous animal form, which usually causes wrecks, or worse, the skinwalker steals the person's soul and their skin. Ooh. The skinwalkers are also said to appear sometimes in the middle of the road in an attempt to cause a wreck so that they can get to the person and steal their soul and their skin. Along with the abnormally high number of accidents and fatalities on the road, there have also been an eerily high number of disappearances, along with missing time. There have been people who have gone missing that later reappear walking along the side of the road and disoriented, confused, and not knowing how they got there or how long they've been gone. Others disappear along this road and are never seen again. So sometimes when people are searching for the missing people, they'll find random belongings of theirs or pieces of their car in the middle of the road. Other people have driven along the road and had missing time incidents where they get to the end either way too fast or way too slow. For some reason, the passage of time here is strange, notorious for decades. And some people in the areas refuse to drive it at all, saying they ain't getting on no road named after the devil. Apparently, even some of the states agreed with that, because in 1992, Arizona removed the US 666 designation from their state and replaced it with the southern end of US 1 states of the Devil's Highway, were able to change their route number 2, replacing it with the US 491. So there are signs that pretty much point out that it's the old 666 and the new 491. This change was done not only in an attempt to negate the curse by removing the devil's number, but also because people kept stealing the signs. It got expensive for the transportation department. As far as that curse goes, most people say that the change didn't help all that much. The highway is still considered very strange, pretty dangerous, and extremely paranormally active. It's said if you're driving along that road, you can feel the change as the sun goes down, when unexplained feelings of fear and dread begin to creep up on you, and all the things that haunt this road come out to roam. Have any of y'all ever traveled down the Devil's Highway? And did you experience anything creepy? Let me know.
Me personally, I wouldn't go down the highway. As soon as I seen the 666, if I would have heard Devil's Highway, Satan's Highway, anything like that, bro, I'm straight. If you've been on that highway, let me know if you've been on there. Let me know your experience. Spam it up.
I want y'all to look at this map. And this is from Polymarket, all right? On the polls when it comes to the states and who supports which candidate, red or blue. And I'm going to say you're going to notice a whole lot of red when it comes to the Electoral College. If you guys don't understand what or how a president becomes president-elect, it's when they get 276 electoral votes. Now, please note each state independently is recognized for a certain amount of Electoral College votes. And if you don't know this by now, I don't know what the you're paying attention to. So, with all these states, let me tell you, the Electoral College votes is dominated with Trump winning. And I can't believe Hawaii even voted for Kamala, which Hawaii, not to say, after Lahaina, I don't know why they're voting for them, but I digress. That's only 4 Electoral College votes. 4. But the whole point of this video is so you guys see a visual representation of what the you think's going to happen when you see this amount, and this is 65%, this is even 80, and I do believe 80% of the population will vote for Trump. What do you think's going to happen when Kamala is ranked the leader, especially after they're already coming out and saying that the results of the election aren't going to be released until 10 to 14 days after November 5th. And let me again ask you, when the has that ever happened in our election? So if you think the fix is not in, if you don't think they're not needing us to do something, I'm telling you guys to be still. Let them expose them. Please, I'm only making this prediction so I can warn you guys not to respond. I don't want to be right. And I want you to start communicating with your people to understand what the plan is. Because if you guys can understand what the manipulation is, you can't be manipulated. So understand that this is not fear. This is me telling you guys to sit the fuck down. Do not let them manipulate you and allow them to expose themselves. please. And don't believe everything you see on the news. We already know that's a lying. Peace to the guys. Remember, every day I'm gonna drill this in until the 5th.
That stuff that y'all get off the internet as far as numerology and all of that, that is not numerology. That's a bunch of mess to get you out of tune. And then another word for it is called bibliomancy. And usually we don't have time for that, but when we get into bibliomancy, we break down what biblos means, break down the Phoenicians and all of that. Okay? So that'll give you something to study when you're studying the Bible. And I bet you, if you actually study the Bible, you'll know more than any preacher out there. But the difference is you be telling the truth. You know, you won't be programming the people, you be setting them free.
Show you. See that? Look, I can touch both sides. I can touch both sides. They're not self-shutting. You could even say you swing it open too hard when you get something out of the oven. Let's see what happens. Let me just show you the emergency button. It pops the door open. Pops the door open. In my opinion, there's no way she did that on her own.
Y'all agree? Or y'all think somebody did that to her? I know y'all hate this part of the video, but y'all know we made it to the end of this. And if y'all haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But again, remember what I said, Collective. Don't let nobody take you out of your element, or out of your shine, out of your growth, or whatever the case is, to get you to go back to some shit you don't want to go back to. Because we grow. We don't go back to what we grew from. We understand where we came from. You know where you going. Because you got to remember where you been to know where you going. But you don't go back all the way to that to reenact all them actions or the emotions or the decision making, whatever the case is that was in the past. Leave that in the past, close that chapter, but understand and go back and read those chapters sometimes so you don't go back to it, that you know where you going next. That's my advice for the day. Shout out to y'all. Again, I went back and brought this video for y'all. Some stuff was taken out. I apologize for that, but I had to bring it back. Some didn't see it and y'all did ask me. So with that being said, I hope y'all have a good one. Have a good smooth 7. And until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what I'm